Hello again, and welcome to our next Arbiter training video. In this module, you will learn how to set up a project. A project is a collection of important factors that control your work operations. A project contains information on the data layers you will edit, the server where they reside, and the map area where you intend to work. Okay, let's start from the beginning again. Activate Arbiter by touching its icon on your mobile device's app page. As before, Arbiter opens to the starter page with the map background and user icons around the edges. To create a project, select the Layers icon in the upper left corner. Arbiter then opens the Project Name panel. Touch on the text New Project Name, and your device opens the pop-up keyboard. Your project name is a nickname that helps identify it. We suggest that you make it short and simple so that you and other users will know what that project is used for. Use the keypad to type in your project nickname, then touch OK. Next, you add the layers you will edit, but first you have to tell Arbiter where those data layers reside. You will need to add your server information. Touch the Add sign to the right of Server. Arbiter then opens the Add Server panel. From here, first select the type of layers you will be working with. That is, WMS or TMS. For now, don't worry about changing this line. The vast majority of time, you will use the default WMS endpoints. Next, touch in the name field and enter a nickname for your server. Just as you named your project, you want to give this server a unique name that helps identify it so that you and other users will know which server you are referring to. Your data layers may reside on more than one server. If so, you can set up multiple servers and identify each of them by a unique name. Next, touch in the address field and enter the IP address for this server. At the end of the address, be sure to add the /geoserver and the /WMS as shown here. Then enter the login account name and password to access the server. Once you have all the fields populated, select the OK button. Once Arbiter gains access to the server, it displays a list of layers that reside there. Notice now that Arbiter displays your server nickname at the top. Scroll down through the list by simply dragging your finger across the screen. Then touch on the layer names you want to use, and a check mark appears to the right. When you finish selecting your layers, touch the OK button. Arbiter next opens the Select Base Layer panel showing a list of the layers you selected. The base layer is your background map. It is used for display or location purposes only, and it's not editable. By default, Arbiter supplies OpenStreetMap layers to be your background layer. For now, we recommend that you use this default background for your fieldwork. Touch the OK button to move on to the next step. The next step asks you to make two selections. With Arbiter, you have the option to add photographs to certain map features as you work out in the field. If you want to attach photographs that are already on your device, then check the top box asking you to download these photos. You can also add photos with the mobile device's built-in camera as you work. For this training exercise, let's leave this box unchecked. The second option has to do with how Arbiter displays point features on your map. This option is only useful if you are working in a connected state in an area where the signal is weak. Again, for this training exercise, we're just going to leave the box unchecked. This is going to be the mode you will work with the majority of time anyway. Touch OK to move on to the next step. Next, you select the map area or work zone. Use the pan and zoom tools to fill the screen with your map area of interest. To zoom in, you can use the zoom in tool, or you can touch the screen with your thumb and forefinger and spread them apart. To zoom out, squeeze them together. Work your way down to a small map area, then select OK. Arbiter opens a warning panel showing the number of map tiles it needs for your work area. We recommend that you keep this number small, preferably less than 1,000. If the number of tiles is high, simply touch Cancel and zoom into a smaller work zone. When you're good with the number, select OK and the download begins. Arbiter is now retrieving your background base layer and your selected layers. This operation could take several minutes depending upon the number of tiles it has to load. As you can see, Arbiter displays a running total of the tiles it has loaded. When this number reaches 100, the download is complete. We're going to jump to the end so you don't have to wait. You now see your work area with the base map in the background, and if there are any features of the layers you selected already in the work zone, they are shown on the map. You are now ready to do your field work. Once you create a project, Arbiter retains this information and automatically takes you to your work zone and layers each time you start up the application. You can set up multiple projects, each with something slightly different, like the editable layers or work zone. Then you could switch to that work project by simply selecting the project name without having to go through this whole setup process each time. That's all there is to setting up a project. In our next training video, you will learn how to add point, line, and polygon features to your map.